Here's what I'm saying right here, though. I'm saying the word nigger is our real identity. We are the Nagas, aka the serpent people. Now check this out, right? We had a flag in America that they not teaching us about, and that's where I want to come in now and teach about it. So let me show you something. All of our ancestors taught that the earth was flat and that we were in a simulation, a computer simulation. The word computer is beast in gematria. And here go the beast computer in Brussels, Belgium. That is the Confederate flag. The original Confederate flag is a galactic confederation where our ancestors, the Mayans and the Olmecs, right? They were astral travelers. Mute up on the call, everybody. Salutes to everybody on the call, too. Check it out. Let me show you something. Look at the Mayan cosmos real quick. Check me out real quick. Give me a minute to speak here. Watch this. Here go the Mayan cosmos. The Mayan were teaching that the earth is a big matrix, a simulation. That's suggesting we in a computer program. Now check it out. It's saying that your earthly body is not real. It's just a projected avatar. And when you die, your body gonna fade away and the real you gonna go back home to wake up because you attached to a big computer tower and you sleep like Neo in the Matrix. Now here go the Mayan cosmos. You can see souls walking the stairway to heaven. They leaving their earth life going into this middle X. X marks the spot. Now, if y'all think this is a joke, right, give me a minute. I need everybody to stay muted because right now I'm finna give them some lecturing. Hold on a second. Now check this out. Hold on. Let me first of all, let me take some of these slides off. I did have a lot to teach, so I'm gonna do it now. Hold on. And then I'll open up the calls. Give me 1 minute. Because this is going to be deep to go into what I was saying earlier about the mother goddess. Hold on a minute. Let me take some of this shit off. So look at this right here. The mother goddess with her face on the cross. She's talking about what's happening at the middle of the earth. That's what I'm saying. This is the Mayan cosmos right here. Jesus was resurrected at the cross. All of these are souls that died, and then when they got out their body, they saw the light and they went home, and that's when they're gonna go inside of. Let me show you what's gonna happen to them souls real quick. Hold on. Let me pull up another slide. I'm gonna pull up a couple of joints. Might take a minute, but I'm gonna be thorough here. Here's what's gonna happen to them people. When they get to the North Pole, right? They're gonna go inside of their sleeping body. You know, like when you wake up from a dream, your consciousness returns back to your sleeping body in a bed, and you wake up. This is what happened when we die. Your consciousness returned back to this little matrix tree. You haven't really been born yet. This is a dream. Life is but a dream. You awaken from the dream when you X marks the spot. When you get to that X right there, the you that's walking there is your soul returning home to its real body. Your real body is not your earth body. When you die, your soul gonna get out this body and walk back to this X right here. And guess what? That's where your real body at, like Neo in the Matrix. This was the original spiritual system before they turned it into a Hollywood movie. It was about awakening and waking up from the computer program, the Matrix. This Confederate flag is not, see, when I showed y'all a minute ago that they all worship the beast, they all worship Moloch, the golden calf. Remember that the golden calf is them personifying a computer. Watch this. The golden calf is them not trying to tell you the Egyptians and the Babylons and all these ancient advanced societies created the first simulations, and they were putting their babies inside of computers. This calf that you see them worshiping, That is them personifying a freaking quantum computer, a big computer. And that computer is the earth god. Why? Because it's the earth we're in, a big program, a matrix. Let me show you what it is. Saturn, the Lord of the Rings with the streets of gold in this kingdom. Check this out. This is the golden calf. This was what they was worshiping right here. They turned that computer into a beast, which is why the word beast mean computer. But this computer, them putting a baby inside of it, is them uploading a sleeping baby that ain't even been born yet in the real world. When you see them giving this beast they baby, that's to say that in the real world, the ancestors are putting the babies inside of a simulation while they sleep. You a sleeping baby right now in the matrix. It ain't that they was burning the babies alive and all that crazy shit. It is just what the matrix telling you. They was putting the babies in a deep sleep and making the babies dream of a lifetime in a simulation. You're never been born yet. That's why you got to be born again. Because your first birth was a lie, just like what in the matrix. Check this out. We haven't been born yet. In an advanced society, guess what they did? When a baby is born, while it's sleeping, they putting that baby inside of a computer. Now that baby is sleeping for a short while, but in that short sleep, that baby living out a whole lifetime. Your life ain't nothing but a little sleep, just like a dream. Life is but a dream. And that's why I'm showing you this. So we see them giving the babies to this deity, but it ain't what we thinking. Like, it ain't nobody watching a baby getting burnt alive. What they're doing while they sacrificing their babies is because our ancestors got so advanced, they started sending babies back in time to solve problems that we couldn't solve in the old world. This world we in has always had a problem with division. Black versus white, science versus religion, and all that shit. And they solved this problem in heaven, quote unquote. But every baby that's born in heaven, before they can wake up in heaven, they got to come back to the old world. Just when Morpheus was talking to Neo, he said, this is what the world really looked like. We destroyed this place. You've been living in a fake simulation where we recreated the old world just to see how we destroyed it, to see what did we do to destroy it. And so it's a simulation. Every simulation is you run it so you can learn something, right? So we're in like a simulated environment for the sake of us learning who we are, so that when we awaken in a real reality, we'll awaken as a person with the knowledge of self or God. No baby that's born in a base reality is a person with an identity crisis. That only exists in this world. Everyone figure out who they are, and when they do that, they make it out of here. And that's when they wake up, and this is a simulation for souls to discover who they are, define who they want to be, and then that's who they are. You can't undo this when you get up in the base reality. That's why it takes some people multiple lifetimes, and take your time doing it till you get it right, because you're literally an infinite energy defined. No, in other words, you're nobody but God, which is pure infinite energy. When that infinite energy come into this simulation, it gets to define who it want to be. And when you do that, then you come out the oven. So this Moloch God, when you see them putting a baby in there, it's like putting a cookie in the oven waiting for it's done to bake. It's a fucking putting gold through the fire to test it. Saturn is a tester. So what happens is the baby goes into the earth simulation. It stays in there as long as it needs to be for it to get right, which is to be spiritually, morally correct, righteousness. And what that means is like, then it comes out like a baked cookie. But the whole thing is like the process of fashioning something in a furnace is a shaping and molding process. And if you were the thing that's getting shaped and molded, it will be a experience that's full of pressure. And that's why life is so stressful. It's so full of pressures, because it's a shaping and molding process. We're trying to know who we are, find out who we are. And just like metal in a furnace, it's going to get banged on and smashed on and hit with a hammer and put in. And that's what life is. It's an uncomfortable molding process. This was the original knowledge of the earth before they corrupted it and made it spookism. See how beautiful this is? It's just a simulation for you to learn who you are, and you can take your time. You can come back, you can reincarnate many times as it take you to learn who you. This is nobody rushing you. This is like wine. The longer you stay, the better that wine is. That's what I'm saying. If I'm shaping and molding gold in a furnace and I'm shaping it into a certain identity, it takes time to get it just right. If I'm making a Mona Lisa medallion out of 14 karat gold, that's going to take time. You know how many intricacies in her face and cheek muscles, and metal is heavy. So I'm trying to cut something that's hard like it's butter. And what allowed me to make that thing malleable is the furnace, which is the goat god. So there's really no evil shit surrounding this goat god. Saturn was always a god that was there to test you. And the test was, who are you? And the question ain't that you were somebody before you came. It's that you are trying to figure out who you are. That's why the question is being asked. Not that you were somebody already. It's more so, who do you want to be? When somebody's saying, who are you, man? Who have you? You know, who we are is a result of our experiences. And that's what this God represents. Your earth experiences being shaped and molded in the fire, in the stressful environment, in the Hunger Games, in duality. You know, so I don't want to beat this thing too hard. I just want to show this, that the Confederate flag is a galactic federation. It is an ancient order, because we already created our own universes. They lying like we just doing it. But really, the beast computer ain't nothing new. They created the beast computer because there's a big ass computer at the middle of the earth. They modeled that one in Belgium off of that one. When they said Jesus was resurrected on a cross, it's because we are saved via the beast computer. We're in a computer simulation, and saving in a computer is like me copying a photo. That's why they said Saturn is the god of repetition. When Jesus said he gonna save his people, he said, I'm gonna make you a new body. If I say I'm gonna save my picture in a computer, I'm gonna make a copy of it to back up in a computer. The ancestors found out how to save the world because the world was being destroyed with technology. Guess how they saved the world, y'all? By copying another copy of it in a computer. And that's what this earth is. It is a copy of the real world, which was destroyed. Matrix, in the movie The Matrix, they teach that. Morpheus teach that. We saved our world that we was destroying with the same technology that was destroying it. And that's why we can't get right. Instead of us saving the world, we literally saved it, like in a computer. Our world was being destroyed, and we didn't fucking save the world physically. We copied the world when it was in a okay, decent state. Like they said, back up your memory at this point. It's like a computer, like we saved the world at a certain backup point. And that was like right before the world got destroyed. That's why every time history repeats itself, it started in a good age, and then we slowly progress back down the rabbit hole to evil. We're trying to correct the problem that destroyed our world, and they doing it by sending babies into simulations to figure it out. They can't send in humans that got the same mindset that created the problem that destroyed that old world. They got to send in fresh babies. These babies are basically being sacrificed for science. That's what, when we see them putting the baby in the beast, right? It's like them saying, hey man, if we want to save our old world, we got to go and figure out how our ancestors destroyed it. And if that means we got to go back in time and be time travelers, go back to that old world and see what went wrong. And me and you having this conversation right now is exactly what they intended. For us, for new souls to come into this world and diagnose it. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm saying, look, man, this world is fucked up because they doing this, they doing that. And the they is the people who fucked it up. Well, the people who fucked it up were the ancestors previous to them. Basically, it'll be like us saying, I wonder how the ancestors destroyed themselves. And we don't know that if we don't got a time traveling machine. Well, this beast is the first time traveling machine. It's a quantum computer. It allowed them to send babies back in time. Saturn is the god of time. That's why this beast got rings around it. It's Chronos. Time is a ripple effect. So whenever you pull up images of Moloch, it is Saturn. You know what I'm saying? It's another form of the god of time. This big supercomputer that allowed the Egyptians to travel forward and back in time. They started to go back to these previous universes to see how those universes destroyed themselves. And they sent in fresh minds. So these babies that you see going to the beast, it ain't like they getting tortured or nothing. They're like little astronauts, me and you. Our ancestors literally sacrificed us and put us in this fucked up world, this simulation, for the sake of us figuring out, diagnosing how this world, what went wrong. And that's why the woke people here keep diagnosing this place. They keep calling out the bullshit and what's going wrong. And there's somebody in the spiritual realm, they recording that, they writing that down. You're like a rover. They sent you to diagnose it. So when we say, man, the government corrupted, people being divided and conquered and all that, somebody on the other side is saying, oh, okay, this is how they destroyed this world. And it's because we're the messengers. We the ones that were sent into the beast, into hellfires to see and diagnose these old universes that destroyed themselves. And so the X at the middle of the earth is our way out of the computer. It's going back. The earth is a big computer. And you went inside of a computer and you got hooked up to the computer. And when they hooked you up to the computer, you fell asleep like Neo in the Matrix. And life was but a dream. So when I say that earth is a big computer, this is what I'm saying right here. The Matrix has you. The world around you is all in your mind, Neo. Ain't no world around you. You just a baby hooked up to a computer. The world, what you calling life, is a simulated experience that's being created by the central nervous system while you sleep in a pod, just like this. So you are a baby that was never born, and you are inside of a big-ass quantum computer living a computerized simulation that you call life. But when you get ready to leave the computer, guess what? You got to go back to the machine where your real body at. That's why I'm showing you this image right here of Neo in the Matrix right here. Let's go back to it one more time. Where is that? Here we go. See, think about what I'm saying. Neo is one of these babies right here on the tree of life, sleep. But in his dream, he's walking around this big ass world. But when he ready to leave the dream, guess what he do? X marks the spot. He walked back to the middle of the earth, and that's how he wake up from the dream. This X that's at the middle of the earth, that's a big ass computer. Look at the Mayan cosmos. Y'all, we ain't doing that new under the sun. Y'all think that the beast computer in Belgium is the biggest computer on earth. That's bullshit. Nigga, the computer at the North Pole is the biggest one. They just made a little one. Model off that one. Now check this out, right? All of these souls you see are going back home so that they can re-enter their real body that sleep at the fucking in the machine. You are a ghost in a machine. And this right here are the ghosts going back home to the machine so that they can get inside of their little baby body and bust open a pod and be born again as a baby. These babies in heaven are born with the knowledge of men. That's what I'm telling you. When these babies wake up, they gonna know the knowledge of a grown man on some Benjamin Button shit. You gonna be a little bitty baby that's saying, wait a minute, I'm a whole grown man that just died. Imagine that. That's why these are advanced civilizations. They all, listen, imagine that when you was a baby and you was sleep inside of your mama belly for 9 months, right? That we had the technology to run a simulation in your mind for those 9 months. Guess what? We can create superhumans if we can do that. Because in the 9 months when a baby sleep in their mama belly, we can simulate them a whole lifetime. Meaning we can use technology to make that sleeping baby dream. This is technology that allow man to program your dreams. And that's what we got, y'all. That's what we got. These babies in our base reality, they sleep for 9 months. But instead of them just sleeping in darkness, our ancestors making them dream out a lifetime of them already being born, being teenagers, growing up and all that. Now they gonna live out a whole lifetime in just 9 months. And because of that, when they wake up, they're gonna already be born with the knowledge of who they are. They ain't gonna have to figure that out in the real world. You see what I'm saying? It's genius when you think about it. So people may look at this world like it's some kind of tedious test or some torture thing, but to the ancestors, they just trying to create superhumans. When you find out who you are, you can make it out of here. In other words, the ancestors said, we want to solve the problem of souls being born without the knowledge of self. How do we do it? They say, okay, when every soul is sleeping in their mama belly, we gonna send them in a simulation where they automatically explore who they are before they born and get to run as many go-arounds to figure out who they are. So by the time they born again in their real birth, they don't have to figure that out and bump their head life after life cycle. They'll be born already knowing everything they need to know by themselves and have mastered themselves. I am self, law, and master. And when you think about it, it is fucking genius. It ain't nothing to be scared of. They want to fearmonger y'all. But when you think about what this earth and this simulation is, it's advanced technology to make your ass a god. Nobody trying to damn hurt you. They trying to perfect you. This advanced technology that the ancestors made to perfect you. The people that's trying to hold you back are the ones that ain't telling you that. They telling you, if you don't listen to God and join the Hebrew Israelites, we gonna keep suffering. We gonna keep suffering if we don't know what we are and who we are. Knowledge is power. We won't get power till we get knowledge. But we getting spookism and fear-mongering and more religions from all these groups because they're neo-pagan groups. They didn't have this truth that I'm giving y'all. Our Olmec ancestors knew about the earth being a simulation. Our Mayan ancestors were time travelers. These people worship time travelers. They worship Christ, which was a time traveler. Guess what, though? Our ancestors were the damn time travelers, nigga. The Mayans had a calendar that saw 30,000 years long after, 30 million years after the Mayan civilization ended. They were still predicting events with their calendar because they were time travelers. They were the prophets that the Bible speak of. That's why they don't want y'all connecting with this American shit, this Aboriginal shit, this foundational American shit. Let's go. Our greatness right here where we with the ground we standing on. We ain't got to be looking into these foreign pagan, neo-pagan ideologies. Let's go ahead and open up the flow, man. The truth is right here where our feet at. It ain't in Egypt, y'all. That's where they hid the truth at. They hid the truth in Egypt. And that's why they pointing everybody to Africa, to the Bible, to the Hebrews. These are the neo-pagan groups that hid the truth behind religion and costume motherfucking spiritual systems. These niggas ain't got the truth. They got the systems that hid the truth. Connecting with that ain't gonna free our people. It's just gonna make you another recruitee of a goddamn cult, like goddamn spirit of another cult, nigga. That's it. That's it. The symbol of Christ of resurrection is a computer. The Christian cross represents a computer because our ancestors achieved resurrection by saving their souls inside of quantum computers. This is fact. That is the golden tomb that the Pharaoh went into to stay immortal. It wasn't just a golden sarcophagus. It was a quantum computer. That's what kept them alive. They uploaded their minds into metaverses, simulations. You can live it out indefinitely. So the symbol of resurrection of life after death is the beast computer. And they all worship the beast ever since Moses' days because it allowed them to cheat death and become immortal. And this with the Confederate flag is an ancient galactic confederation that created their own simulations and started to put their babies in them so that they babies can know who they are. But the reason we think that is so fucked up is because they put you in here blindfolded without telling you what you being initiated into. Because if they tell you, it'll compromise the whole experience. So you won't really come in contact with the truth until you really start being serious about knowing who you are. Like when Neo started asking questions, Morpheus showed up. But not for everybody, but the people that was knowing something ain't right. Then the teacher will come to you. Everybody else, if it ain't their time, they gonna hear and see this stuff and make fun of it anyway. Just like people in the Matrix movie. But to the ones who it is resonate with, you can feel your hair standing up on your skin and all that. You get the aha moments. You're one of the ones that's gonna escape this simulation. So that's what I'm saying. Like Jesus being put to death on the cross is because the cross is a big ass computer and death is sleep. God can't die. Death to God is when God go to sleep. And this is why Jesus was put to death on the cross. All of us are Jesus. All of us are dead right now on the cross. That means we sleep inside of a computer at the middle of the earth, the tree of life. Right? This earth realm ain't nothing but a big hollow spirit reality that we're all making with our own inner light while we sleep. While these babies sleep, the light of their soul makes a false world around this tree of life, and that's what the earth is. It's a bunch of souls creating a dream world in a sleep state. But when each one of them wake up from the dream, this earth won't be able to hold itself up no more. That's why science say if it ain't nobody there to observe reality, reality don't exist. They're telling you that if there are no dreamers, there is no dream world. If all these babies wake up at the same time, the earth will cease to exist because it's a fiat reality. It's based on the same principles as the banking systems that govern it. If everybody pull their money out the bank right now, the whole economy will crash because it ain't really nothing backing our money. We are the real power. So if we pull ourselves out and withdraw from the banking system, the world economy will crash. The royal families will have to fall off and they won't be able to be vampires no more. The same thing is true on a spiritual level. If every soul withdrew their currency, their energy from the earth matrix, the matrix, it'll be destroyed. It powers itself with our energy, just like the fucking bankers do. They using the same fiat matrix magic on us of how to harness energy on all levels. So, you know, the religious guys will get more views than this kind of stuff, though. But the Christmas tree is literally the tree of life. It's just